I am very thankful to be getting this award for the Rock Solid 10 under 10.
10 under 10 award.
Rock 10 under 10.
Rock Top 10 under 10.
Rock Solid 10 under 10 award for this year.
I just wanted to take a moment to sort of reflect on what this award means to me.
A place I still refer to as home, Slippery Rock.
When I first started at Slippery Rock 10 years ago, I had a very different idea of what my life would look like, and I put those dreams into a tiny little box that I carried with me when I first started at school. 10 years later, my life doesn't look anything like what I put in that box, because I had people and experiences in my collegiate years that inspired me to think beyond it. Throughout my time at Slippery Rock, I was fortunate to take part in multiple communities that were the hallmark of my time in school, but also are a huge part of where I am today. The dance department was what drew me to Slippery Rock. And after making it into the program, I knew Slippery Rock was going to be my home for the next 4 years. The program brought me one of my absolute best friends, who isn't just a friend, but my number one when it comes to pushing each other in our careers and in life. She's the person I call when I have professional successes to share, and the one I reach to talk through making changes to my career. I owe so much to that friendship and can't thank the dance department enough for bringing us together.
I have been successful both professionally and personally thanks to my time at Slippery Rock University, especially with my involvement with the University Program Board. Managing volunteers, working to meet the needs of various artists, and collaborating with other organizations at Slippery Rock helped me to get my first job at the University of Pittsburgh. And throughout my various roles, I have carried with me several lessons that I learned in and outside of the classroom. In my current position, I work with student leaders on campus in Pitt's equivalent to the Green and White Society. My favorite infamous lesson to share with them is that when they are planning their end of the year picnic, no matter what inflatable they want, they cannot use metal stakes to hold it down. I once caused Boozle to close down because of a metal stake hitting a gas line in the quad during one of my events. Officer Gray was not happy with me that day, though hopefully he's come around.
I think one way in which Slippery Rock really helped me in my professional career was that it really was the starting point for my leadership development. The staff and special shout out to Dr. Seipel always had the utmost confidence in me, especially when I didn't always have it in myself. And they were 100% invested in each and every student's future and success. And building confidence isn't something that you learn in a classroom. It doesn't come from every professor. And I think that truly only happens when a group of really dedicated people are looking to make a difference. And I definitely saw that in our staff at Slippery Rock. I definitely think it had a direct impact on my accomplishments this far in both my professional career as well as all of my aspects of life, really. And I would go beyond that and say I felt like our program was more of a family than a class of students and staff. And with that, I truly felt supported and continue to have that unwavering support, even long after I graduated, with every new endeavor that I went on.
Slippery Rock University has really helped me in my career path, and I would just like to say a few things. In my senior year at SRU, I got an internship at a hotel in Butler. They hired me on after graduation, and then I worked my way on up to different hotels, and I am now the general manager of the Spring Hill Suites Hotel in downtown Butler. I also sit on several boards, including the Butler County Chamber, the Butler County Young Professionals, the tourism board, that's just to name a few. I was very shy starting college, and I never would have thought that I would be on those boards or I would be doing things like that. But through my opportunities to grow at Slippery Rock University, I gained the confidence and knowledge to do those things.
I originally transferred to Slippery Rock after my freshman year of college. I wasn't really sure exactly what I wanted to do. At that point, I had explored a few different majors and decided on a major in accounting. From there, the School of Business had several professors, such as Dr. Swift, Dr. Galbraith, and Ben Jalmis, just to name a few, that played a tremendous role in shaping my major and my experience on campus. From there, one of the biggest things that I had become involved with while on campus at Slippery Rock was Alpha Kappa Psi, that was led by Dr. Orbis. Dr. Orvis had not only played such an instrumental role in my life as a student on campus, as well as many other students at Slippery Rock University, but just as becoming a better person in life on campus and professionally, and just a better person overall.
I got to Slippery Rock University in the fall of 2012, and there was a lot of confusion on my path. Not only was there confusion, I was a bit scared of what the future might hold. Over the next 4 years at Slippery Rock University, I got the opportunity to the diverse range of personalities through new friends and colleagues. I got involved with a lot of campus activities. I was fortunate enough to be able to play basketball on the men's basketball team. And I was also fortunate enough to work on campus through a work-study job and then eventually a graduate assistant job at the university. During these 4 years, I developed priceless soft skills, and also I learned the importance of networking and building relationships and maintaining those relationships. In my position now as the executive director of the Butler County Chamber of Commerce, a lot of those skills I developed and a lot of those relationships that I built while at Slippery Rock University really helped me to get to the position I'm in now.
In 2009, I began taking my master's courses in physical education. The professors at Slippery Rock University within the Health and Physical Education Department are very personable. They are top-notch. They provide instruction that is cutting edge. I believe that they are very talented people. They help push me as a teacher in the classroom. They provided me an opportunity to go back into my classroom and expand my capabilities as a teacher. I believe that they played an intricate role in me receiving the 2018 P.S. Aford High School Physical Education Teacher of the Year Award. And I also believe that they played an intricate role in me receiving the award for the Rock Solid 10 Under 10 Award for this year. I don't believe that I would be the teacher that I am today if I hadn't worked and have continued to work with the Slippery Rock University professors.
3 things really stood out to me, and they really all had to do with just tremendous faculty that we had supporting us over in the School of Music. So the first thing that really came to mind was, when you go into music as a profession, it's not always the most stable career decision, and what we really needed at that time was just someone to believe in us. And I think the faculty did such a great job kind of believing in us that we could actually, take our hopes and dreams of making it in the music field and put those into a reality. Something else that stands out is really just how the faculty would challenge us to be the very best musicians that we could possibly be. And this was just so important in my development, in the competitive sector that is professional music. And the last thing that I really cherish about my time at Slippery Rock that really helped me develop was just the connections that I made with the faculty. So a lot of my, professors at that time are my friends today. And, when I was in school, they recommended me for gigs. Out in the professional world, they've been more than willing to act as references for me and really just friends.
Been thinking about my time at Slippery Rock and, sort of the 4 years that I've had there. And one, I can't believe it's been as long as it has since I've been on campus. But two, I really appreciate the faculty, the staff, the experiences that I had there. I think about, who I was freshman year and then who I was senior year and sort of the growth that I had over those 4 years. And from different faculty, especially Cheryl Purchase at the time in the political science department, George Brown, Sharon Sephora, and others. I always felt like I was taken care of, always felt like I mattered in that department. And then I certainly was proud and very engaged when it came to extracurriculars and getting involved that way. So folks from Brad Kovaleski and student government to ARHS and different intramural sports. I did a lot of things after hours as well that I had a lot of fun with and taught me a lot of leadership skills.
I was honored to speak at the opening convocation for the new students and transfer students this year. And again, starting college, I never would have thought that I would be that speaker. I would be the one doing that, but I was able to learn a lot at my time at SRU and do things like that. I also got to experience and see how hard my dad worked at Slippery Rock University. He worked there while I attended college, and I learned a lot from seeing him. I learned a lot of his strong work ethic, and I'd like to think that I get that from him.
Slippery Rock had provided a foundation for me to get involved with several different things on campus that had given me a platform and a foundation to eventually become noticed by Schneider Downs. I've spent the last 10 years of my career at Schneider Downs and have worked my way up to the senior manager role. And if it wasn't for Slippery Rock University, I don't think this would have ever been possible.
I have gained so much from Slippery Rock University, whether it be just in my master's courses or through conferences that I've attended. It's just a continuing program for me to be able to go back to over and over and help me continue to be the best that I can be as a teacher.
As a communication major, I was lucky to study under incredible professors whose own career journeys inspired us every day. I am especially grateful to Dr. Allison Parrish, who would sit after class most nights and listen to me talk about where I saw myself in 5 years. She always told me to think bigger and never limit myself. I like to think that our after-class talks are what led me to work for our military out in Naples, Italy for the better half of a year. I have always been so privileged to get to support our government and military operations in my post-grad career, but I never saw myself unexpectedly uprooting my life to move to Europe on a few weeks' notice. Finally, I would not be where I am today without my network of Delta Zeta sisters. After hours of LinkedIn stalking Slippery Rock alumni to get my foot in the door anywhere after graduation, I stumbled upon a DZ alum I had met at one of our local conferences, and she immediately hit the ground running to get me an interview with her company, which ultimately led to my first post-grad job.
If there's anything that I've learned in the past years is that in the real world, it is that the bonds and connections I made at Slippery Rock are timeless.
It's exciting that I get to share this award with Marcy Johnson. She's a friend that I've had for some time now, and just being back here for homecoming, and I've been back here many times since. It's always something that our friend group keeps on the calendar and make sure we're available for.
I know almost right away while being at Slippery Rock that I made the right choice, and I'm so very grateful and thankful to be selected as a Rock 10 Under 10 award winner.
I think the greatest part about Slippery Rock is it is such a well-rounded place to further education, meet new people, and stay active, all which I think are great fundamental things of a professional life and career.
I'm humbled to be working for our military's international programs and help support them better serving our men and women serving our country. It doesn't look anything like that tiny box, but I am grateful to SRU for helping me make that box a lot bigger.
Again, I thank you for having me be the recipient of the Rock Solid 10 Under 10 award for this year.
I'm so proud to be a Slippery Rock alumni.
I'm just thrilled to be able to represent Slippery Rock in this capacity.
Just want to say how honored I am to be accepting the 10 Under 10 award.
And again, I'm very honored to receive this award, and thank you very, very much.
Just wanted to say thank you again, and congrats to all the winners, and hope to continue to cross paths moving forward.
Thanks to Slippery Rock University.